Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today is the day that you've all been waiting for. Today is the day of Risen Esports Rampage Finals. We have Team Crank versus Friday Night Feeders. On the analyst desk is Rando Joe, Author Cook, and Kenny Master Lin. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Doing real good, man. How are you? I mean, as well as you could do, right?
I'm looking forward to this, dude. Rampage games are so exciting to watch.
And
They're
this
so much
is
fun.
definitely, I think this is definitely going to be an interesting one just because of the two teams we have here. First of all, we've got Friday Night Feeders that have been very, very dominant all split long. And then on the other side, you have Team Crank that is kind of this dark horse competitor that runs really weird off-meta picks, kind of bends the meta a little bit. And, you know, I'll be honest, I counted them out earlier on in the playoffs bracket, but they toppled RNG last week. That is no small feat.
Yeah, I kind of thought RNG was just gonna 2-0 wipe the floor with them last week, but or 3-0 rather, but they were CRC looked pretty good out there last week, so hopefully they can do the same thing and give us a good series.
Well, a big part of what happened, I think, last week with CRC and RNG is that RNG, it's almost like RNG kept drafting comps around really clear, cohesive lines of play, and then CRC just had this preternatural psychic ability to pick it apart really easily. Like, for instance, Game 3 really sticks out for me because RNG drafted a composition that included Malphite, Orianna, and Jinx, but it just never came together. CRC managed to draft better 1v1s, 2v2s, and the 3v3s, and they took advantage.
Yeah. Sorry, just gonna interrupt you. They started with pick ban already.
All right, let's get into it.
And CRC banned Shen first. Is Shen I guess a go-to top laner for FNF?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Shen gets picked a lot, especially because what happens, what FNF tends to do is every time Shen is available, basically, they pick. So it doesn't surprise me that Team Crank wants to take it off the table.
Camille, Kaisa next, and Sejuani. I really like seeing the Sejuani ban. I think Sejuani is so good right now. And red side can't really let the blue side team get that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting how many kind of top lane oriented bans we're seeing. Trundle, of course, can be either a top laner or a jungler in the current meta, but still, Shen, Camille, Trundle. I mean, that certainly seemed to indicate to me that there is some concern about FNF's top lane.
And Jarvan first pick.
Ooh. That'll be
stealing back from Lee Sin, boosted Lee Sin.
Yeah, boosted Lee Sin, of course, is notorious for his Jarvan foreplay.
Then the instant Zyra Khan. Best duo bot lane in the game?
Yep, even after the nerf to the duo that came in 8.6, I think Zyra Khan is still very, very dominant.
Caitlyn's a good counter to it, though, even though they don't pick the support.
Yeah,
and Maokai top lane.
I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sure I understand the logic behind banning Shen, Camille, Trundle, and then running Maokai. Because I feel like if you run Maokai, you're not really worried about like the incremental losing of a lane. You're not worried about getting hard out CS'd because Maokai kind of is going to be impactful no matter what in the late game, as long as you don't hard feed.
Alright. They just picked Renekton into Maokai. I really don't know how I feel about that. They might be able to win lane with that, but once lane is over, Renekton's not going to do anything in comparison to Maokai. Unless it's just like full assassin Renekton.
Yeah, but it definitely constrains what they can really do with the rest of their composition, which, I don't know, it seems like a really weird thing to pick in phase 1.
They forced themselves into a tank jungler now. What else does...
Did someone say tank jungler? Because I'm going to be a Kane. I think Kane's going to get picked from Friday Night's Feeders.
For a Kane?
Kane. You know the Kane? Kane?
Kane isn't too bad until a Jarvan either. Victor, Braum ban into Rakan is okay. Victor, a direct direct ban towards the enemy mid laner. So I don't think Victor is all that good right now. Ooh. So he's a good pick. I wonder why they're leaving their jungle for last pick. When they could have blind pick, or they didn't have to blind pick mid lane, they could have picked jungle and then had a counter pick for the mid lane.
Lulu being picked out for CRC.
Lulu Caitlyn's good. Swain!
That is a big thing.
Swain is OP.
Dude, generous here. Let's go.
Swain got into the second rotation. I didn't even realize. Oh, good call out on the Kane pick.
And that's the Canes from my buddy Boosted Lee Sin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested about the Zoe pick though, because I mean Swain is overpowered. Nobody can deny that, but you know, when you blind pick Zoe, you leave the enemy team up to just pick any pushing wave clear mid laner, and they can just out rotate the Zoe. They could pick up the Talia or Orianna if they were good enough at it.
Yeah, and Swain's a pretty decent pick into Zoe as well. Like, it's not.
Yeah, of course.
Swain's gonna be able to farm up and get to 6 and just kind of win, I feel.
On the topic of wave clear, Swain does have a really good wave clear.
That's true. They did love his numbers.
His numbers, like the amount of troops in his army.
The Q, I think, is the cone one that clears waves. Like, I think you have to use it only twice and it just kills the entire wave.
His Star Wars Force Lightning move.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's his I am the Senate now move.
That's the one.
And you can just look at how many ways that CRC can proc the Swain passive. You got the Maokai route into the Caitlyn trap. Meanwhile, Swain just pulling him in every once in a while. I'm not sure if Jarvan knockup you can apply Swain passive to Jarvan knockup. That's something I haven't seen before.
I'm gonna look into that. I don't actually know. I'm not sure.
You know,
On the business CC.
Their team fight is really strong with Jarvan ult and Maokai ult into consistent damage from Swain and Caitlyn, which are both protected by Lulu.
However, Friday Night's Feeder, they do have a really good pick comp. With the Zyra Khan, the Renekton that's good at split pushing. Zoe is apparently very scary. Anyone never faces Zoe, they don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of rely on picks. You can't.
Well, that's what FNF has always been strong for. Their early 4-man bot lane to get their bot lane ahead, which allows them to just rotate, snowball that advantage across the map from bottom upwards. That's their
Let me ask you a
style.
question. So, by 4-man bot lane, does that include the jungler? Or just the top and mid?
Well, I've seen both actually. I played against FNF myself.
Gosh.
Sometimes they do it where the mid rotates down. Sometimes they do it where the top teleports down. Sometimes they do it without the jungler. Anything can happen. But chances are, you know, with the Kane, I believe it's going to be with Pooz de Lee Sin most of the time, considering he's a shot caller of the team as well.
And
Yeah,
Kane is
but-
really good at ganking bot lane.
Definitely.
That is true. However, Kane is not that. He's not really worth much until he transforms. And they really want that early game 4-man bot lane, don't they?
Yeah. Speaking of
Probably,
transformation-
but I think Zyra Khan gets rid of that that weakness from Kane in the early game. I don't think it really matters. If they get a Kane gank and like if Zoe comes down and sleeps someone, that person's dead 100% because
for
of the
sure.
Kane damage.
Yeah, but what about the Lulu Caitlyn? That is really
Well, about the Lulu Caitlyn, Lulu's a good support, you know, don't get me wrong, but she's not the best support for Caitlyn right now in the meta. You know, you want someone... Caitlyn right now really wants to use her traps to get someone locked down hard. That's why you see Morgana so well. That's why you see Rakan so well. You know, the ones that keep them locked in one place. Lulu can polymorph them, but they can still move, which is the problem.
That's a good point.
I think the Lulu is more for just keeping the Caitlyn alive and allowing her to play aggressive in lane against Zyra Khan. If Lulu W's the Caitlyn, she can just run away when Rakan tries to engage on her and just get a bunch of free poke on Rakan's Eye who get outranged by her. So I think Lulu's fine. Plus Lulu can just W and W Rakan and stop him from really doing anything.
Speaking of Kane, I think we'll be seeing a Rost this game. There's really nobody that he can Shadow Reaper very well, especially with that Lulu ultimate. You know, Lulu all gives extra health. Swain all gives
Yeah,
extra health.
probably.
Maokai's Maokai.
I'll disagree.
I think
Although
we'll see him go Shadow Reaper, just try one with the Caitlyn.
he's one with the wall. He's gonna be in the wall. He's gonna assassinate Caitlyn. Caitlyn's gonna pop. And FNX is just gonna win the pick comp. You slowly but surely dissect the enemy team.
I mean,
I don't know.
generally,
I feel like Assassin Kane is just kind of trolling here.
if FNF get far enough ahead, I don't even know if he will go Assassin Kane because if he gets far enough ahead, Ross Kane will do enough damage as it is. The knockup as well, imperative.
And yeah, more importantly, I think is the knockup, because like the main damage source is Xayah. Like consistent damage force, because Renekton just bursts with his combo. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a lethality Renekton.
That's
By the way,
I'd want him to go tank. But like, if they picked Renekton for tank, I feel like they made a big mistake when they could have picked like Cho'Gath, exactly. So I feel like they want the damage from Renekton, so he's probably gonna go a more damage-oriented bruiser build.
Yeah, for sure.
And then with that, he doesn't really do anything after his first combo. And Zoe, the same thing. She just kind of bursts somebody and then can't do anything for another like 8 seconds.
Yeah,
so a lot of the damage is gonna come from Xayah, and I think having the Kayn knockup, even to just peel for her, is gonna be ideal for them.
Yeah, definitely. Ross is really strong into the team comp CRC has with Lulu, Swain, Maokai, Jarvan. Definitely strong.
I think even more so, the other one is just doesn't do anything.
I mean, you can't blame me for imagining a possibility that, like, just being optimistic, eh?
Yeah, he jumps out of a wall and one-shots Lulu, and then, like, Caitlyn has no peel, but...
Except the other peel she had.
Except Maokai Swain, but I feel like Lulu peel is a little stronger. It just helps Caitlyn deal so much more damage, too.
So it seems like we have our storyline for how this game, how each team win this game. FNF don't want to let Team Crank play their game, get the late game. They want to disrupt us as much as possible. Team Crank want to play as safe as possible, scale up. Don't want to get caught out because that would just be double of them.
Yeah, if they scale into the mid and late game, I feel like they just kind of win.
Yeah, Swain being a tanky damage dealer is kind of a man. That is one hell of a champion.
And Caitlyn late game is absolutely ridiculous to deal with.
On the top of winning the game, why would you want to win the game when you can lose it?
Lose game 1 to give the enemy team false hope.
The TSM strategy.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna pull the TSM strategy this game?
Well,
FNX?
FNF?
Let me think. Neither team shares a letter with TSM.
True.
That doesn't help.
I remember Hansa used to play Swain.
That's
and
a good one.
he likes to play Maokai, so maybe CSC will do it.
Alright.
Unfortunately, we don't see a Maokai mid in the Swain top.
Oh, thank God we don't see a Maokai mid.
Oh man, imagine that. I mean, Zoe wouldn't be able to do damage to him, but
what if the Maokai pick is for mid?
Ooh, what hit did trade last?
Oh man, don't go there. What if we see a Jarvan mid?
It could be. Yeah, I was gonna say Jarvan mid into Zoe.
And
that would be pretty good.
I mean, Assassin Jarvan to Zoe is not bad, eh?
Anything can happen.
Lulu mid, Maokai support.
That's a lot of peel.
Top?
That's a lot of peel, right?
Right.
Wait. I don't know.
Okay, so we're really reaching here, but we are 40 seconds into Spectator Delay, and we will go on a short intermission before we jump right into game with our casters XT and Reese's Pieces. Don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone and welcome to Risen Esports Rampage Finals. My name is XT and I am joined by Reese's Pieces, and we are going to be giving you guys game number 1 of Team Crank versus Friday Night Feeders. On the blue side is going to be Team Crank, the Nate Rose on Maokai, Ruse Karen on the Jarvan the 4th LFL, on the Swain, and Monkey and Wild World playing the Caitlyn Lulu bot lane.
And over on the red side, we have Friday Night Feeders. We have Brazilman on the Renekton top lane. We have Boosted Lee Sin with the Kayn in the jungle. Bravo Waldorf on Zoe in the mid lane. 1-2Z on Zaya. And Adun Halar on Rakan in the bot lane.
And now, as we are going into this game right now, we see both teams currently, they're doing a little bit of defensive start, although if you look at Team Crank, they have that area near the red buff not guarded at all. They just have a ward. But it's very surprising to me to see the Swain picked up very, very late. You know, one of his most defying statistics is having an absolute 100% pick ban across all regions in competitive play right now because of just how strong he is. As right now we see both teams going to be starting at jungle. It's a minute 30 already. The Kayn is going to be starting at the Raptors. Kind of usual to see that, while we are going to be seeing Ruse Karen, who's going to be starting at the bot side. Probably going to be paying attention towards his top side, trying to see if he can protect Nate Rose against this Renekton. What are your thoughts of this top lane match, particularly Reese's?
Well, you know what? The top lane matchup isn't very favored for Maokai. I actually want to matchups he loses, but gets to play in the bot lane.
A little bit of an early engage. Actually, Munchkin actually going really low right now. And this bot lane, Zyra Khan, trying to see if he can get first blood. And really interesting start as Munchkin is already going to be down 2 summoners in 1-2Z. And Adun Halar just being able to completely punish him. And just very interesting start to this game. You know, we usually think that the Caitlyn Lulu lane is going to play pretty passively, especially in the early game. But 1-2Z and Adun Halar immediately punished them for just playing a little bit too upfront.
Yeah, they went in, and a little bit of mispositioning means death. Really good to see from the side of Friday Night Feeders as they get a really good early lead.
Yeah, and you already see the Kayn gonna be heading into the jungle. Now that bot lane has pressure, he's not really, gonna be in any danger of any counter jungle, or actually just being jumped on. As, you look at mid lane, it's gonna be pushing up. The Zoe's there to support him. And, Brado Waldorf, really interesting choice to go for the Zoe first pick. We're gonna see if that works out for him. But Kayn, you already see, he is going to be stealing the Krugs once again. And Ruse Karen, meanwhile, he's only been able to just do his Krug. He's only been able to do his red buff, blue buff, and his Gromp, and Rift Herald. Rift Sculler. And you already see right now, he's doing a little bit of invade.
Good to see the invade coming out from him, at least. At least he gets some kind of vision down onto that Kayn. He can be a little bit annoying in the early game.
Right.
Yeah.
Also interesting to note that, really interesting word to see from Ms. Karen, warding the red buff, because I guess, zombie ward is going to allow you to see that for a little bit longer, but just a really interesting choice from Ms. Karen. I don't think Kayn is going to be near his red buff anytime soon, actually. And here you see, the Kayn is going to be doing his Krugs, the Gromp, as he's just going to be chilling and killing his creeps towards the bot side while Bruce Karen gonna notice that everything is stolen from it and he's stuck at level 3 for a very, very long time.
Yeah, that feels a little bit unlucky for him. Not what you want.
Definitely feels bad, but you already see the twisted advance coming out from the Nate Rose. He gets the heal, forced to flash Brazil man on this Renekton counterpick. Now, we gotta inform you all that, remember, this is gonna be patch 8.6. Currently, Renekton is going to be taking advantage of the newest rune added to the game, the Conquer rune, which gives you not only a little bit of extra damage, attack damage, but gives you true damage too. And, you know, Reese's, as a top lane player yourself, how has this Conquer rune really affected the top lane meta?
Bruisers are really strong. All the bruisers are really, really good. Not really good. Renekton's being one of the worst ones out of them, actually, but people like Darius are just like insane. Even Yasuo.
Grand entrance into the Blade Call. 1-2Z will be teaching Monkey 3 how to really count, as he's constantly punishing him for any CS he goes, along with a Dune Halar, as Million going to be continuing for Alafiel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Zoman going to be using his teleport, as this game's going to be slowing down to a little bit, but a little bit of action coming up on top. Nate Rose, you actually don't have flash still, once again taken really low. But Rose Karen is going to be coming top. Electric is going to be popped, but Nate Rose really too scared to really do anything, as there's going to be a Ignite mid, but Brazil Man, maybe he's going to be able to 2v1 this. Nate Rose going to be bringing down the Q, but no, Brazil Man gets one kill for himself, is able to heal up, thanks to the triumph, and actually maybe going to come down for 2. That's a disaster for Team Crank. Double kill for Brazil Man, and he's just able to outplay that. Doesn't even need to pop his ultimate as soon as he gets it.
Wow, and he gets level 6 mid-fight, saving his life, giving him access to the ultimate. He didn't even use it, and then he ends up getting that kill. That is huge for FNF.
Yeah, and also to mention, Alafiel is taken down in the mid lane. Wow, that's going to be a flash forward from Dunalar. Here comes the Kane, trying to see if he can do anything right now, but Dunalar going to be forced to back off. Flash coming out from Wild World, and good on the Kane to really make sure punishes bot side. Now Wild World going to be having no summoners at his disposal, as the junglers are going to meet. Kane once again trying to see if he could do a little bit of damage, but Ruse Karen is here. He is calling for the help for his mid laner. That's going to be a great never move, but Ruse Karen, interesting flag and drag boosted. Sorry, the Kane actually trying to get out, but that's going to be a flash for Alafiel. He is going to be able to get the second proc of the Demonic Ascension, but going to not be able to get the kill.
Very close stuff coming out.
Jungler for Friday Night Feeders is going to be able to get out safely. Good on him.
Yeah, too bad that flag and drag wasn't all through there. That would have been pretty free.
Would have been pretty free. But a little bit of a misplay from Ms. Karen. Unfortunately, he is really understated right now, as he hasn't really had the best of jungle paths. You know, all his camps were just taken from him because Ms. Karen opted to take the Grom instead of the Wolves. Really, like, putting him really low, forcing him to go for the Rift Herald, Scuttler, and just try to heal up from that, while Karen going to be spotted by the ward Kane put down earlier. Kane is going to be starting his red buff, gotta feel really nice for him. But you always gotta remember, Friday Night Feeders, they're on a little bit of timer here. If they can't close this gamer as fast as they want to, you know, the Maokai and the Swain is gonna be a little bit of a threat, as Monkey 3 gonna be trying to run away. The Exhaust gonna be coming down, heal, flash once again, but flash forward for 1-2Z, gonna be making him go to sleep. As Wild World now running for his life, doesn't have flash, as you see the Kane, he's gonna be invading the jungler, as Ruse Karen now gonna be in a little bit of trouble. The ultimate's gonna come down, but once again, the assassination. Great job by Kane to get the kill for himself, and now this blue buff probably gonna be going towards his mid laner, Bravo.
Yeah, and Team Crank is just getting dominated in this early game, already down to almost a 4K deficit, and that's going to be very hard to come back from when you have people with pressure like the Renekton.
Yeah, and Renekton, he has a Tiamat. You know, what does that really just spell for Nate Rose, as he's going to be constantly shoved under his tower now and forced to just farm under there?
Well, for him, it means at least the Renekton's going to lose a little bit of control over that wave, but he's always going to be pushed in, so he's never going to have any kind of pressure. And it's going to just feel
Dominus being
Pretty
popped. Kane is
bad.
going to be coming in. He doesn't have the ultimate. Dire goes to ultimate coming up from Maokai, actually. Not going to be enough as Kane going to be giving himself the second kill of the game. It feels really good to, be in his position right now as he's just be able to get all these opportunities for Friday Night Feeders. Brazil man really living up top as he continues to build his lead over Team Crank.
Yeah, and that's one of the few things you know can happen if you take a tank into a bruiser like that. You can get dove if you're pushed in all game, and it's quite easy to set up around that. So he definitely needs to be warding a little bit better, maybe to negate some of that pressure.
And we are seeing right now the composition from Friday Night Feeders. They're all about winning their top and bot sides of the map. The power picks coming out for 1-2Z and Adun Halar playing Desiracon bot lane. Want to win lane and just snowball off that. You already see that starting to come into effect. And also in the top lane, Brazil man taking the Renekton for himself into this Maokai, but you see the Kane going to be spotting out 3 people. That's going to be the quickening into the grand entrance. Wild Road is going to be really low, going to be saving his ultimate for himself, actually, as the Zoe is going to be coming in right now with Lee Sin trying to see if he can do anything, but no, that's going to be a double kill. Going over to 1-2Z as the last kill is going to be going up to Raul Waldorf, but the Kane able to get away from there. There's the Swain trying to see if he can get any kills for his team, but he is going to get taken down by Raul Waldorf. As the Kane really catching out the rest of Friday Night Feeders, and now this is looking like to be a perfect game for FNF.
Yeah, it looks really, really bad on the side of Team Crank. They're going to miss out on this Infernal. They miss out on Deaths. They're going to lose tower right now. They're about to lose tower top side. They're hurting.
Yeah, and really interesting to note that everyone is basically going on without, everyone on FNF right now is going just without deaths. And the really interesting thing to really note is that right now, the whole entire team for FNF, they're snowballing out of control. And it's gonna be really up to Crank to really make sure they stop giving away those free kills, to really halt that snowballing and look for picks what they can. You gotta remember they still do have the swing.
Yeah, they do have the Swain, but I don't know if it's going to be really hard for him to get back into this now after everyone is that fed. I don't know. Should be interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and now FNF. Kane actually trying to see if he can get the kill onto the Jarvan. Ruskaren gotta be looking to get that Dragon Strike, but not gonna be able to get anything from it. We see in the bot side, Monkey. Once again, I figured it out. It's Monkey. I thought it was something else, but Adun Halar gonna be able to get the 2-man grand entrance. Ultimate coming out from the Lulu, but Wild World probably gonna look to be the first one down as LFEL now in a little bit of trouble. Force to flash there. As the snowball continues from FNF.
Yeah, and they, just keep shoving their lead down Team Crank's throat, and it just gets worse and worse so far. Not really slipping up at all either.
Yeah, and we do see World trying to see if he can perfect his control word, but unfortunately it's gonna go down. Hashtag feels bad, man. As Bravo Waldorf. Flash.
Oh, that was just the flash you picked up. That's not the real one.
Oh, are you sure? Because
Yeah, I'm sure.
what if I told you all the similar spells are Zoe's now? All your spells belong to us.
Pretty much. That is a very old. That is a very old meme.
Very old meme. What if I told you there wasn't? Kidding. We do see right now Kane is going to be looking to kill the Rift Herald you see in the minimap as the pressure continues from the rest of the Friday Night Feeders. But look at the bot side. Ruskaren once again trying to see if he can do anything, but all his camps are basically up. He's not really getting the farm that he needs, and he's still continuing to fall behind compared to this Kane, as he just picks up the Rift Herald for free. Absolutely free.
Now that they have the Rift Herald, they can pretty much look to group at any point of the map they see they can, and just drop that Rift Herald and push anything down. They really are in control so far this game inside of Friday Night Feeders.
Yeah. And we do see, once again, Kane realizing that Bruce Karen is nowhere to be seen, really surprised that he's just going to be stealing the blue buff and leaving instead of pressing for this top tower, which is about to go down, but pretty sure Brazil Man can take care of all by himself.
Yeah, that's gonna go down momentarily. There's no way that stays.
Alright. You want to make a bet? 16 minutes! If it's down, I'll not eat a sock.
Oh. I thought that was all the rage. Gotta eat socks.
Yeah,
man.
everyone's eating socks, like, this month. Is it, like, the flavor of the month?
Bon appetit. Oh.
Well, you know what's the flavor of the month? It's gonna be Death Bravo Waldorf on a Rampage. Gonna be able to pick up the kill onto Alafiel. Feels unfortunate, man.
And that's why I hate Zoe.
Yes. Me too. You know what else I hate? I hate this bot lane. Because look at Kane. He's coming out once again, cleaning up the kill for himself. Kane gonna now be... 1-2Z actually gonna be going 5-0-2, and this bot lane tower, you could kiss it goodbye, man, as this top lane towers too also taking some pain. Just feels like Friday Night Theaters are playing at a completely different game from Team Crank.
Yeah, and
Oh,
there.
that turret's gone.
Yeah, that turret is gone. So is Nate Rose.
Ooh.
And so
And
is
Nate Rose. Dominus gonna be going out, but look at the bot side actually. Bravo Waldorf, is he gonna be the first step of the game? Gonna be saved? No, he's not gonna get saved. The first step
Ooh.
coming out from Friday Night Theaters is right now Boosted Leeson is gonna be looking to see if he get any kills for himself. Bruce Karen though running for his life. That's gonna be a two-man W as that's gonna be a sight going into Wild World coming down. He's on a killing spree. And now Al Lafiel trying to see if he can clean up any of the kills. Living on a slim. No, he's gonna get Sif Lightning and take it down. But look at the Kane. He is so ahead right now. He has to worry. He's trying to see if he can get the kill. But no! Once again, Sif Lightning, two people, two kills going out to all Afielas. I need to remind myself, this is gonna be a pretty bloody game for Friday Night Feeders.
Yeah, they are greedy at that. Just a little bit of a misstep on the dive. I think they could have gotten away with just the 1-for-1 and then just left it at that. But no, they ended up being 2-for-3. So no perfect game.
No perfect game, but that probably just makes Friday Night Feeders a little bit more aggressive now that they don't have to worry about not giving up kills, because now they're unhinged, unchained.
They've reset the gold. It was all on purpose.
It was all play. It was all a ruse. See, if Alafiel gets one more kill, well, instead, they're just gonna get the kill onto Monkey right now. He was trying to hit a control ward, but instead, Wild World is gonna be dying for his troubles. 1-2Z. Be able to pick up another kill for his son, and now Roos Karen gonna be on the receiving end of pain, but no, why would you go back in as Bravo Waldorf? Gonna be 6-1-2 on the Zoe. Relentless.
From bad to worse for Riz Karen. Now that looks like there's another Infernal Drake gonna go over to the side of FNF.
I don't know if you remember, but I remember last year when we had the finals, TPM versus CryQuest. Kane was actually playing the Jarvan, and his first game looked exactly like this. He was playing the Jarvan. Not having the best game of his life and just take it down. Well, this time, Deja Vu, Roos Karen is actually the receiving end of all this unfortunate mishaps. And, what do you think Crank? Oh my god. What do you think Crank have to really think about as you see? Once you see actually looking for Featherstorm, Cataclysm is up from Roos Karen, but they're not going to be going for it. So, Reese's, tell me your thoughts. What do Crank need to do to win this game?
On to the next one.
Oh.
I don't think they can come back from this. It's going to be a miracle if they can come back from this. They're already down 10k gold at less than 20 minutes.
Well, I'm saying that.
Disaster, but for what they need to do is not die anymore. Hope they mess up a tower dive or at Baron, if it even gets to that. Yeah, just not die anymore.
So punish any potential mistakes that they might do. That's what you're telling me.
they really can't make another mistake. I think the game will be over if they do. More than it already is, you know.
Well, either way, you know, everything is not set in stone until that Nexus explodes. So Crank right now, you gotta always wonder what's on their minds right now and how are they gonna be adapting to this brutal game one. But you gotta remember, this is a best of 5, so there's adaptation that both these teams can do. But right now, this is all about Friday Night Theaters, and this game is in the palm of their hands, and they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
almost whatever they want. They don't want to surrender, so.
wouldn't that be troll?
I mean, they could, but I'm just saying right now that they shouldn't, because that'd be something else.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever surrendered?
In Risen?
Yeah, like, have you ever surrendered in
no.
a match? I don't think anyone ever has, actually.
No, I think there was in Champs League. I think there was a team that surrendered.
Oh, right, in Champs League. I remember that. Well, hopefully Crank don't surrender here. I feel like they still have a chance, you know, they have the late game. They have that Swain.
Oh,
He
man.
gets farm, but...
Ooh, an interesting. Jarvan is going damage right now.
No.
That's...
I don't know if he
what
should have
happened.
went damage at all. It's now Bravo Waldorf is going to get shut down, but look at the Monroe team. Demonic Ascension coming out. Nate Rose going to be able to get the kill onto Aduna War. Now, Kane in his darkened form, trying to run for his life, as that was actually a couple kills that Crank really needed, as that's going to be the teleport coming out for the top side right now. Fiel trying to see if he can do anything about the top side, but look at the bot side, actually. Are you sure you want to be defending that team too? The second teleport comes out from Nate Roses. Look at the Cade, he's coming in right now, trying to see if he 2v1
Why did he... Oh, he could have
What an
stopped
interesting turn
that.
of events.
He could have stopped that.
Well, now this bot lane for Crank is all by themselves, as Kane just gonna be able to get wave clear that mid tower for that mid tower. And FNF are not in any risk of losing a tower just yet. But you see how much Crank values their towers, as they just used 2 teleports. 2. They gotta choose one.
Yeah, that's a little bit extreme. The Renekton may have taken the tower bot.
Look at this bush camp right now. Rose Karen gonna be coming up from the side. That's gonna be Calculus, but 1-2-Z does have. Oh! What a knockup from the Cade to interrupt the Dragon Dash. And now Brazilman is gonna be on a Rampage. He's gonna be able to know the team. Bowser's gonna be coming out. Double kill coming out from Brazilman. He's gonna be looking for blood. Swain trying to run for his side. Flash coming forward. But now he's gonna be drowsy. He's gonna be asleep. And now he's gonna be dead. As Aduna Lar gonna be picking up a kill for himself. And this should be Baron.
Yeah, Team Crank, they win a little fight in the mid lane, being 2v5 essentially. So, you know, maybe they stepped a little bit too far forward.
And this Baron is going to be going down quite fast. 22 minutes in the game. Redemption could be coming down for some reason. Probably for the Zoe. That's going to be a wonderful Baron coming out for Friday Night Theaters.
Ooh,
They don't
I
back.
thought Maokai was in trouble there. I'm wrong.
When is Maokai ever in trouble?
1v5. 1v5.
Well, I mean, his item build really tells you to stay at this game right now. I will say that.
Yeah. That's a sad.
When you're basically forced to buy yourself a Sunfire cape because you want to protect yourself, but it actually doesn't really do anything for you.
Definitely not. Yeah.
I feel like if he was going to stay with the team, maybe he should have just bought, like, I don't know. Well, 1 Ninja Tabbies would have helped, I think.
Yeah, Ninja Tabbies first probably would have been quite a bit better since you have 3 damage sources that are AD, but...
Yeah. I mean,
Auto
as his
attack
3rd
based.
Infernal Drake is going to be spawning, but, like, wouldn't the best build into the Renekton be just, like, what, Bramble Vest, Ninja Tabbies, and you just try not to die?
You gotta do the Hashinshin combo. You go Bramble, you go...
Wait, hey, Rose, what are you doing? Why'd you walk back in?
Ooh! Okay.
Oh, no.
Wow!
That was unfortunate.
No MR.
Wait,
Yeah.
Bruce Karen actually be going in right now, but Flash
Karen
is
in
fourth.
there.
For some reason, now I feel like the rest of Crank are just going for really unnecessary plays, putting themselves in danger, and just giving up free kills as the gold lead continues to extend. Alafiel, probably the only member really able to do anything, but that's just because Swain is a pretty loaded champion and is able to get away with this stuff.
Yeah, I hate that champion.
Do you really?
I hate Swain. I hate him.
Well, either way, right now, the Swain is going to get engaged on. You don't want anything to happen to the Swain as he is going to get taken down. 1-2-Z is now legendary, but here comes the Malachi. He is going to be popping the Nature's Grasp, but look at the rest of Night Feeders. They don't really care at all. Exhaust going to be coming down, but the Festival is going to be going down. Monkey in the back line trying to do much, but look at Brazilman. He's doing so much damage in the middle of the rest of Team Crank, and now their Nexus turrets are going to be under fire as Kane continue to take some shots. But either way, look at Friday Night Feeders starting off at a wonderful, wonderful series. 31 kills to 5, 25 minutes in. Jesus.
That was a stomp. Oh my goodness.
Are you sure that was a stomp? I don't think that was a stomp. I think that was just like live murder.
That was a mercy killing.
Mercy
That
killing?
was-
Are you sure? If that was a mercy kill, they would have just not killed them at all. Just got the objectives.
That was. They didn't have a chance from 5 minutes in.
Well, anyways, our time here is for now done. I believe we are going to be turning it over to our analyst desks as we will be preparing for the next game. We'll see you guys in a bit, but when we come back, we'll be bringing game 2 and off to the analyst desk. See y'all later.
All right.
All right. Well, FNF kind of just won.
They were doing really well, right?
I mean, it was kind of close. Up until the
Yeah,
25
until the 2 minute mark.
What can I say? It's kind of like up until the moment they lose, up until the moment Team Crank lost, they were winning.
Yeah, but they lost at 2 minutes.
Is that how what the Okay, so they were winning for the first 2 minutes.
They were winning.
We can give them that.
Like, Zaire Khan got the level 1 kill, and then what happened? Renekton 1v2 to gank and got a double kill, and Zoe got a kill on the mid laner on the Swain at the same time. And 5 minutes into the game, they have a 4-0 kill lead. That's nice.
5k gold lead as well.
Yeah, whatever the gold lead was, it was just disgusting.
So let's talk about how Crank could win
I
the
mean,
next few matches, hopefully.
Yeah, because honestly, there's not much to say about that game.
There really isn't. Like, FNF played pretty well perfectly. They made like 2 over aggressive plays.
Yeah.
Even the one play mid lane where they got 2 for 1, they still got 2 teleports out of it and didn't lose a mid tower. And
right here, I wrote some stuff down. Let's look at the numbers. 10 minutes in, FNF already had a 4.6k gold lead.
Yep.
35 CS differential on top lane, which is the biggest one, but they were ahead in CS in all of the lanes, including the support somehow. Inferno yeah. Inferno before 11 minutes. They took 2 towers within the space of 15 seconds of 15 minutes. 15 minutes in, they had a 7.4k gold lead. 20 minutes in, a 12.2k gold lead. 25 minutes in, doesn't matter because they won by that point.
True. I mean, they literally just played the pick and snowball comp. Like, aside from small mechanical mistakes here and there from players, which I mean, I guess is kind of expected, they played the macro game pretty well perfectly.
Joe, I have a question. Do you guys think? Do you think that they could challenge the dominant champion?
No.
Unlucky. Kind of want to see it.
I mean, it might be fun, like, for the early little bit. If they play like this, maybe, actually. Because that was super clean. I'd like to point out...
some kills, but...
Yeah, but I don't think they made enough mistakes. Zoe did 24,000 damage that game.
As you
she
see
hit
on the screen.
So many bubbles.
It's just the numbers between FNF and Crank are just way too much. Like, you look on the screen right now, somehow somehow the Rakan did more damage than the J4.
Jarvan couldn't do anything
Just
though.
put that into perspective right there.
Yeah, Jarvan just kind of. I mean, his bot lane lost lane level 1. He has a Maokai versus a Renekton top lane, so and that gank went not in their favor early on. And then Zoe was just killing Swain over and over, so there's nothing Jarvan could really do.
Yeah, definitely.
He went in and died 8 times.
For FNF, they were keeping a very good, like, close eye on Jarvan. Whenever Jarvan wants to, like, farm or anything, Lee Sin was there and just threatening him.
mean,
I think
this is
except
Bruce
for that
Lee's-
first.
This is his main, so he knows how the Jarvan would play out if the Jarvan wants to win. He knows the right way to keep the Jarvan down.
I think Crank
Yeah,
mid
that is the
lane
champ.
was pretty decent, except the enemy mid laner was more threatening.
I mean, no,
However,
that's
Jarvan,
fine. I don't want to take away from him being the
Yeah.
fact that, just saying it was his pick. Oh, overpowered champion, whatnot. But I'm just wondering if that was a right pick.
If there was a bright spot on the team that game,
Yeah.
this Swain the mid laner would be it. I feel like there were just too many mistakes from everyone else.
Definitely, it just started way too early, way too fast. When you gank a Renekton top 1v2 and you lose, giving him double kill. When you die at 2 minutes in the bot lane, so you're down a level, you're down 20 CS, like starting at level 2. Your mid lane was that's the only thing you got going for you, if anything.
I think if they focus the mid lane, they might have a better time around next time. Hopefully.
hopefully there's a next time.
Yeah. Oh, there is a next time, but
And there is a next time. This is the best of 5, so they have 2 more chances. If that is how it plays out,
I don't know. It's scary if FNF are looking like this.
Definitely. Team Crank definitely caught off guard, especially at that level. Level 1. FNF very aggressive team.
Not to discredit Team Crank, but I feel like FNF had a harder time last week. Maybe they just got a lot better within like this week span. But, FNF seems to have a more difficult time last week than this week.
Maybe Crank upsetting RNG was a fluke.
All right, so all in all, this was pretty. This was one hell of a way to start. What are Crank going to look for? Because that is just important. FNF played the game nearly perfectly. They got a little too cocky, but let's give that to them. When you're ahead by that much, you can afford to be a little cocky.
Yeah.
It's on Team Crank to really pull it back. What should they be doing?
What should they be doing? Not dying in lane. I
Good
feel
point.
is
All right, let's
ideal.
start there. That's a good start.
like. Okay, I'm an AD. Kenny's a support, so we were watching bot lane a lot of the game, and when Caitlyn dies level 1 to Zyra Khan, you just kind of lose all of your lane pressure that you picked Kate Lulu for, and then they just kind of snowballed. And then there was the 4-man that we talked about in the pregame with Zoe and Kane, where it got countered, but I'm pretty sure they still got 4 kills and the tower and the Infernal Drake
With no deaths.
with no deaths.
Let me look at that. Within the space of 5 minutes, they took 2 towers, Inferno, and the Rift Herald. In between 10 and 15 minutes.
Yeah, from there on the game was pretty free for them. I think we were both saying yeah, well,
Yeah, from the 5-minute mark, I think we both said this game.
when you're playing solo queue, that's when the jungler who hasn't done anything yet just goes, all right, boys, wrap it up. FF15, let's go next.
All right, let's go next.
Well, personally, I felt like Jarvan pick was a bit underwhelming. Just saying, today I picked Jarvan.
I feel like that was sort of a desperate thing, coming out from Rank.
I think it was just a pick away.
Yeah. Boosting Lee Sin's champion pool is pretty much too. It's a little difficult to ban and pick away. So you're gonna have to try to beat him in his own game, which is difficult in itself.
Well, the thing was, today I was playing Jarvan in rank. He felt really underwhelming. I even had the Orianna on my team.
Yeah.
And this for Crank, they didn't even have any synergy with Jarvan. He was just engaged.
I mean, Jarvan Maokai is really good. Plus Swain AoE, I think they just couldn't get into the part of the game where the synergy has any effect.
Definitely, and it feels like Ruskaren wasn't practiced on that Swain. You know, how many real flag and drags did we see?
I saw one that missed Zoe by 90 degrees. Does that count?
Are you sure he was trying to hit her?
Probably going for Skull Cap, but like he forgot. He may not saw her.
I mean, if he wasn't going for her and missed, then I don't blame him. You know. I'm not entirely sure which one you're talking about, to be honest. I don't think he missed any, which were like relevant. He hit the ones in the ganks. That's all you can really ask from him. Like, his scoreline's not pretty, but I don't think he played too badly. I think he just kind of got a little unlucky with the top lane. The first 1v2 gank that he went up and they got 1v2'd. I feel like it was a little unlucky. They went a little over aggressive for it. But aside from that, like,
as
it's just kind of being Jarvan.
I mean, FNF also warded up his jungle really badly. I mean, really deeply, to the point where like he couldn't do anything. Just Jarvan's getting pressured by a Kayn that's not even evolved yet as well.
That's true.
And as we do go into pickings and bans, you know, FNF is on the blue side this time, so they do have that priority pick. We'll see who they give over to, you know? Will they give over to boosting Lee Sin? Because his champion pool is big enough already, or will they give it over to maybe one of their weaker members who is better on a comfort pick?
I mean, last game they left the last pick for boosting Lee Sin, so I don't think they would go for a first pick unless they really want like one of his signature champs. Same bans as last game though so far. Kaisa, Sejuani, Shen, Camille.
Yeah.
Is CRC gonna ban out anything from last game? Eric also the same third ban. Do they leave out Trundle?
Trundle. I think Trundle's more of a top lane because they picked Maokai, right?
I think Trundle's a jungle pick right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
It's really good into like the tankier style junglers. Ooh, Rakan. I like that Rakan ban.
Yeah, definitely Rakan was powerful, but
Ooh, Instalog Zoe. I respect that. The Zoe kind of just took over the game.
yeah, that was, I guess, is one of those things I was talking about where it's like this is a comfort pick of Bravo Waldorfs.
FNF laner. Yeah, it felt like Zoe. I think he just mained Zoe or something at that rate. I don't think he like. At least you try to do something about banning Zoe out rather than like all these top laners.
I mean,
You gotta wonder why they're banning Camille. Is
ban out
Brazilman that
Brazilman.
good at Camille?
yeah, or is Bravo Waldorf not as
I mean-
good on Camille as like Brismelman's on? Wait, no, the
Yeah,
other way
possibly.
around.
Brazilman and his top two champions played are Camille and Shen. So
So they're trying to give an easier time to Nate Rose, but yeah, it's hard to ban out FNF's champion pool at this point.
Lulu's
Sion.
being picked up.
Do we think that's a Sion mid?
That's on top likely.
Most likely.
It could be
but
possible. I don't want to count out the possibility because Sound Mid is possible. No, in
Jeez.
Risen we've seen him play too. Good
Yeah,
success.
Shrek played him last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shrek played him.
Shrek Wazowski of Team the Rhombus Head. Team Rhombus Heads.
Team Rhombus Heads.
Unfortunately,
And,
they didn't make it.
Compared to last game, this is a this is not as fast of a team comp as last game. Not sure what Boost Lee Sin will pull out. However, it could depending on what Boost Lee Sin pulls out, it can change this from a late game comp to an early game comp, vice versa. You know, whatever.
Yeah, it really depends on the jungle pick. I don't understand the Jinx, to be honest. Like, Jinx Lulu is good, but I don't see why you would pick Jinx when you could just pick Caitlyn and win lane against Xayah.
Making a prediction here, I think he's basically probably gonna kick Jarvan right now.
I feel like Jarvan's gonna get banned away.
If it doesn't get banned away,
My
he's probably gonna
eyes
kick her.
deceiving me. What is that Yorick ban?
Yorick and Trundle. Yorick. I don't think Brazilman plays Yorick.
No, Trundle, I can
So-
understand, but the Yorick is.
Yeah, and like I'm
Questionable.
looking at Brazilman's OP.gg, and he does not play Yorick unless they role swapped. I can't see that. So if they role swapped somebody, because I
Well-
think last week Adun played top and he played Yorick. So if Adun's playing top right now
Looking at this, everybody is in the same order as well. You know, Team Crank and FNF.
from last game,
Yeah, from last game.
okay. So,
Crank are looking
then I
for
don't
it.
understand the Yorick at all. Cassidy?
So that will be a sign of top then.
Yeah, for sure now, but
Yeah. Cassidy to Zoe,
it's not bad for
not
Cassidy
bad.
at all.
yeah. It's not
And
something.
against
Lee
the comp,
Sin.
ooh.
Wow.
Spicy.
Boosted Lee Sin on the Lee Sin.
Okay, well, they look like they're going to be trying to snowball this game a little bit.
Definitely.
I feel like he can just camp the Cassidy super
I mean,
hard.
that is his style, Boosted Lee
It's
Sin.
been
He
a
does
while
play
we
those early game
should
junglers.
Lee Sin because
That's
it's
true.
signature Lee Sin.
And the Olaf. That Olaf pick, just to talk about that Trundle ban, Trundle's a really good pick into Olaf because he can dual Trundle or he can dual Olaf early on, and in the jungle and just counter gank. He counter ganks Olaf really well. So if CRC, I guess if they really wanted to play Olaf, that's why they keep banning Trundle. And Trundle matches Lee Sin. Olaf matches Lee Sin really well here, so it's a good pick. I feel. The early game pressure.
Yeah, Olaf is
We
a
will
pick
have
that
to
you
see
can't
about
pick when you
that.
ban out Trundle.
hmm
I feel
Just
like
looking at these comps, this is gonna be so interesting.
This is gonna be a game of interest. Trust me. If Ruskaren can pop his ultimate before Boosted Lee Sin kicks him, that sort of thing. If it's definitely a game of interest here. If you can
Well,
just hit that
let's-
millisecond timing.
Let's talk about win conditions right now. FNF. What do they
Zoe.
want to do?
Mm.
I think they
Zoe
want to-
and Jinx.
Yeah.
They can
think
they
Lee
can
Sin
win at
came
any
up.
point.
As long as Jinx does not int, they have really strong late game with her. Lulu and Poppy are going to be able to keep Cassidy off of her, and I don't really think anything else can kill her.
Lee Sin, of course, picks Lee Sin for that early game insurance, as he's wanted
Yeah.
to do.
I want to see him camp mid really hard.
For Crank, I
Cassidy
think
is so free.
for Crank, I think they just run it down, right? Olaf, Zion, just running it down on FNF.
I really like
Hopefully,
the bot ganks with CRC. If Olaf can get behind Lulu Jinx with the Braum, I don't think there's any way that they're able to escape a gank.
Well, let's say Braum lands the Q. I think
And
it's
Olaf
over.
lands a Q, and then Zaya gets a Q, and then an auto attack, and then roots them, and then they're dead.
That's the ideal situation.
That is the idea,
pretty likely.
but honestly, it's kind of
It's not hard.
it's not. But that
Yeah,
Poppy
but
is
like
gonna
I
be
could,
so
I could see
annoying.
FNF pulling it off, but Crank last game, I wasn't really impressed by their performance at bot lane.
Come to think of it, Poppy's knockup, rather her anti dash can't actually stop anyone.
It doesn't. You're right.
It stops Braum.
It stops
Yeah, it
Braum,
stops
but,
Braum.
okay, but let's consider a situation where Poppy's actually between Braum and where he's jumping to. That's not
That's a lot.
that's not something game changing, because when Braum is in the situation,
I mean,
like
it could be.
I just feel like
If Poppy's on Zaya and Brahm's jumping to Zaya,
Poppy's W is gonna be a lot more underwhelming than it can usually be. During Poppy's heyday, for example, she was stopping.
yeah, it's not
Well,
as useful as it could be.
Well,
You kind of
usually-
wonder why they didn't just pick Maokai again. Into Scion, it's completely fine.
They can even
for Poppy.
They
I
could even
think
pick the Raptor
Poppy
if they wanted.
W. You would like it for the
Mhm.
passive, not really the active. The active is nice for move speed and such.
I don't know. I didn't think of the Poppy W. Yeah, it's pretty well useless. It stops Braum from getting to.
That doesn't stop teleport from Gasson, does it? No, that doesn't make
Not
sense.
to my knowledge, no.
It doesn't stop flashes, so why would it stop Gasson?
Exactly.
However, blasting cones. Did you factor that in?
Poppy counters the map.
PogChamp.
I don't really feel like if that has an impact on the game, I'm gonna be really impressed.
By my
I mean,
count-
it's
by my
CSC's
prediction.
red side. If Olaf wants to like try and steal Baron and then takes the blast cone and Poppy stops it, I mean, hey,
Okay.
I don't know. That's
I mean,
like the
it's
only
possible.
time I could see it being useful, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
we're
like
reaching here, with the Braum dash.
Oh
with
yeah,
the-
100% reaching.
With the
But
blast cone. This is what
let's
happens.
see. We just see. We watch and see. Though for the Poppy pick, I don't know why they banned out Zach if they were planning on picking Poppy.
I don't know.
That is a good point. If you were gonna pick Poppy, and the enemy team picks a Zac, Zac's not gonna go in.
Zach could be
Even-
rendered
even if he
useless.
does.
Yeah, I feel like picking Poppy just in itself bans Zac. I don't really think Zac gets any engages off if it's
Yeah.
on a not bot lane gank.
I think due to poke, San, if he plays this well, if it comes down to just pure mechanics, San should be able to win this.
You have to
Yeah,
remember
just
Poppy
Poppy.
W. Poppy W
He
gets
does.
the double armor magic resist. So San although he could try to
No,
poke
but
it
the thing
down.
is, San does push Poppy in early. With all
We'll
that,
see about that.
Sion pushes everyone in. He's
Yeah,
just really
that's
strong
true.
at landing with that E.
So
I assume
yeah,
with the
FNF
arcane
I
comment.
think FNF could have picked that Renekton and found the same success.
Alright, so you know how Rengar E, it's like Ebola? What about Sion E? Anyone have anything smart to say?
What's the ability actually called?
Bullet Strike.
No, Sion's.
Oh, sounds E Roar the Slayer.
E-roar?
E Roar.
Error.
Error.
He got this error contained.
Error. Counterplay not found.
Sion is an error. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
I mean, there was that patch, I think it was 8.4, where
The
it was
hotfix
bugged.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bugged, and the
For
E
hope.
hitbox was actually a lot larger than
Honestly,
it's
it's an amazing thing to think. Before the 8.4, San was practically nowhere. And then after 8.4, of course, he's everywhere because of the bug. And even after it got hotfixed, people were still playing San because people realized, oh wait, San's actually really powerful. It took a overpowered bug for people to realize that.
That's a good question.
Interesting.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the late game fights?
That's actually a difficult question because FNF have so much protection for their carries, but CRC doesn't have as much protection. But
Can I
honestly, I would
Braum
have
has
to
a
say
lot of
FNF.
protection.
I'd have to
can I
say
make a
FNF.
random guess? I think FNF would win the late game fights more because
mean,
although
It's
Crank
Jinx
would want to go
with
in,
Lulu.
Lee Sin could just kick one of the members out and FNF target firing on one person.
Okay, think about it. Who do you kick? You go in, you try to target the Zaya, she feather storms. You go and try to target the Olaf.
No, not to
he-
kick them in, but you kick them off of your Jinx.
Oh, that's what. Actually, that makes
Yeah.
a good point.
After the Sion engage, like the Sion ult stops or the Olaf ult stops, you just kind of kick them off your Jinx, and then they're never going to be able to touch her again.
Anyways, but you gotta think, there's no one on this team that you can actually kick well.
Yeah, you
Braum?
can't really engage with Lee Sin unless you kick Xayah, catch her out without her ult. But
Yeah, which
that's-
goes back into the fact that boosting Lee Sin is picking this for early game only.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't camp Kassadin, he isn't playing the pick correctly.
Are you saying he's a boosted Lee Sin?
No, I'm not saying that because that's toxic.
Ah,
You can't call him boosted Lee Sin. That's not toxic.
That is his name, but I'm not calling him a boosted Lee Sin. I'm calling him boosted Lee Sin.
That is true. Alright, we are
Who knows? Maybe after the game we'll have to call him boosted Lee Sin.
we are 30 seconds in our spectator delay, so for now we will take a short break as we head over to the casters. After the break, don't go anywhere.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Risen Esports Rampage Finals. My name is XT and I'm joined by Reese's, and we're going to be giving you guys Game 2 of Friday Night Feeders versus Team Crank. How are you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. After that first game, I hope FNF doesn't do nearly as well. I hope we get an interesting game this time. But
Well, I'm hoping that Team Crank are going to be able to put up much better of a fight. I'm pretty sure they're calm and refreshed. And look at this right now. Bruce Karen actually going to get taking the resonating strike. Even before we even start the game, Flash already used onto Olaf, as we are going to be introducing both teams. Friday Night Feeders going to be having Brazil Man on the Poppy. We're going to be seeing a Lee Sin Jungle, Bravo Waldorf on the Zoe, and 1-2-Z with Dune Halar playing the Jinx Lulu bottom lane.
And on the red side, we have Team Crank with the Nate Rose on Scion, Ruse Karen on the Olaf in the jungle. Mid lane with a Lalafel, Monkey on the Zaya, and Wild World on Braum in the bot lane.
Yeah, and really interesting to see how this game is going to unfold for both teams here. Currently, Friday Night Feeders are going to be up one game. They're going to be really feeling really good after their insane 31-kill game. But Team Crank, I'm sure they are refreshed and ready to go, because this time they have information on Lisa where he's starting. While Ruse Karen on to Olaf is going to be starting to Raptors. Quite an unusual start. You usually want to just start with your buff, but I guess Raptors, he doesn't want to get out-farmed this game.
Yeah. I hope he does make a little bit more of a impact in the game as Olaf.
Yeah.
Oh.
You already see right now bot lane seeing some trades of Dune Halar on the Lulu. Gonna be taking a little bit of pain, as we are not going to be seeing the Zaya Rakan lane. We are actually seeing the Zaya Braum lane, which is very surprising to me. I'm not 100% sure if I do recall on the picks and bans Reese's. Do you remember if Rakan was banned at all?
You know what? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go check. Oh, no, yeah, it was banned.
All right. Thanks to our one guy in production, we were able to figure out that, yes, Rakan was indeed banned. Shoutouts to Elvis. Thank you for the information and the stats. Love you again. But I want to talk about something that was brought to our attention a little bit in the loading screen, actually, and that's going to be Brazil Man taking the Ari on Poppy as LFBL. Actually, probably going to get solo killed. Ignite buffs are going to be able to take him down, and now boosted Lee Sin going to be looking to see if he can get the Nate Rose in a little bit of a pickle. He is going to get slammed into the wall as Nate Rose. We've seen the gray screen as Lee Sin can be able to pick up the first kill of the game.
FNF is just so proactive in these early games. They gotta expect that kind of aggressiveness after the first game went that way.
Yeah.
But really good on the side of FNF, pushing their small advantage they have early.
And I'm really surprised that Ruse Karen is actually going to opt to kill this Rift Sculler instead of going and punishing the bot side jungle for boosted Lee Sin. He's probably going to be prioritizing vision a lot more than getting camps for himself. He wants to be able to keep track of Lee Sin at all times, so it is a respectable decision, but I think it would be a lot better if he was going to punish the camps a little bit. He was in position to do so. He knew where Lee Sin was.
Yeah, he definitely could have taken a few camps away from them there.
Yeah. But now we look at this top side right now. Nate Rose currently playing the Scion into the Summon Airy Poppy. Now, I was going to ask you about this before I got rudely interrupted by the Lee Sin gank up top. Now, I guess we have time to talk about it now. You know, why? You know, just why do you think this is going to be the option for the Poppy?
I think he wanted to take it just for a little bit more poke off of his passive, but here comes a gank in the bot lane.
Flash going to be popped as a Dune Halar now going to get exhausted. Gonna see if they can deny the perfect game once again, but 1-2-Z walking up really far forward, and now Monkey gonna be taking a lot of the pain damage, and now we see Lee Sin, he's gonna be on his way flash forward from 1-2-Z. Bot lane gonna get thwarted once again as Monkey gonna be forced to play a little bit more passive now that he's down summoners.
And it looks bad for Team Crank again in this early game. Their bottom lane is just getting smashed. They can't.
Oh my gosh! What a
Oh my
strike!
god!
The Dunalar
Wow!
going to be able to get the Glitter Lance thanks to the help picks onto Brom.
Thanks behind the Brom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wild Road unintentionally killing his teammate. That feels bad.
yeah.
Aruz Karen gonna be chasing off a Lee Sin in the jungle as Lalafiel. He doesn't have Ripped Rock as now. Wait, actually, Ruz Karen is gonna indeed go for this 1v1. Forced to flash it out.
No.
Really interesting chain of events. Ruz Karen going for a really interesting duel in the jungle. I think he could have just backed off there. The information was more than enough, but Ruz Karen going for a little bit more than he could chew there. Gonna be losing his flash for another good 5 minutes.
No flash on the Olaf. That feels pretty bad. His Predator is down right now. He's got no way to actually be mobile and get onto any carries.
Yeah.
It's gonna make any kind of proactivity out of him be really hard.
Well, thank goodness he still does have the Predator. Because, you know, that's basically just Ghost. But on kind of a shorter cooldown. So, there's always that going for Riz Karen, so he doesn't really feel too bad about using the flash, but right now this mid lane not gonna be a ton of fun for Alafiel, as he's just getting constantly poked out by the Zoe from Bob Waldorf. And once again, this is the second time he's gone for this as, well, second game. Never mind. I don't know what I was going for there.
What you meant to say was second game in a row on Zoe?
Same champion, yeah.
Same
honestly.
champion.
There you go. But look at the top side, Lee Sin in the bushes. Nate Rose gonna be not really face shaking. He never really entered the bush technically, but he is gonna get stunned onto the wand. This should be a pretty easy kill. He does use the unstoppable onslaught to stun up Lee Sin, and he gets taken down. Nate Rose.
Holy. Okay, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Pretty sick play from him. Bravo Waldorf trying to see if he can get the kill onto Wild World, but the rock comes out, but it's gonna miss. Yeah, and now we do see in the top side, Brazil Man gonna be forced to use his hammer to knock away Rose Karen. Does not have the Ragnarok yet, so he's really unable to do anything because of that. But we do have to mention that was Bravo Waldorf's actual flash, so he is going to be now down a flash for a little bit, unless he picks it up from someone or a minion.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can always, get lucky, with the RNG on the minions and occasionally pick up the flash. I don't know if you can still pick up things like GLP and Gunblade anymore, though. I think that was nerfed.
You can pick up Teleport at least. And now, Alafiel immediately exhausted. Gonna be taking a little bit of punishment, but look at this. Ignite could be popping down. Alafiel now taking down really low. Now, once again, an unfortunate trade for Alafiel. Just probably looking for more than him, taking the low half HP there. So, just unfortunate turn of events. Once again, Alafiel getting bullied by Bravo Waldorf and Zoe, and you have to wonder, is this Zoe now ban-worthy if, this is how it's going to be for the first 10 minutes of the game?
I think it has to be ban-worthy at this point. That was the counter pick that they wanted. That was one of their last picks they took for the Zoe, and it's just not working out for them. They just need to get rid of that champion.
Yeah, but fortunately we're not in pick spans yet. That is going to be Lulu securing the dragon for his team, Adun Halar. Missed smite from Lee Sin, or actually, no, it was probably never up to begin with, so we got to feel a little bit good about that one. But once again, it is an Inferno. Last game we saw 3 Infernos, actually, for the team of Friday Night Feeders, but this time...
And the next one is another Infernal.
What is going on?
5 Infernals in a row.
You can't...
Rampage Finals.
You can't give that up if you are Team Crank. But look at this in the bot side. Lee Sin, he does have the Dragon's Rage. He's waiting in the wings, trying to see if he can get this fight going. Oh, World not level 6 yet. He wants to get level 6 soon. He is going to be walking forward, but that's going to be the safeguard now. Boosted Lee Sin looking to see if he can do any damage on to Monkey, and now he's going to be going all the way. Flashes into Insect, Dragon Rage to knock him a little bit back, but now They are going to be able to get out of there safely, but the Rocket double kill coming out for 1-2Z as very well-timed Rocket coming out, and once again, a bot lane play from Friday Night Feeders. They're always proactive and looking for these opportunities.
That was a clean Jinx Rocket and a really, really good insect play off by Boosted Lee Sin to make that all happen. Really, really good play.
Yeah, and now Roos Karen not going to be popping to Ragnarok, but taking a lot of damage from 1-2Z. So there's that. So we do see Bravo Waldorf landing bubbles once again, doing a lot of damage to Alafiel in the mid lane. Look at that. If you see in the right corner of your screen, he is down to half HP, but Lee Sin actually taking blue buff for himself. Feels like Zoe doesn't need it, but Roos Karen, you could have just Ragnaroked instead of flashing forward, but instead he is going to be committing to 1-2Z. That's going to be the ultimate coming down from the Lulu, and it looks like the Jinx is going to be going down. Roos Karen starting off that play wonderfully for Team Crank, and you know what is this going to mean? Are they going to be able to take bot turret?
No, it looks like they're going to back off from this.
Oh.
I don't think they have the wave. On another note, just a little bit of an overstay from the bot lane on FNF. They just could have, they could have gone back. They greeted for a few waves, and they paid for it with the ADCs live.
Yeah, and now that's going to be the bubble from Zoe Wildworld, taken down by Bravo Waldorf, actually, because of that roam. And this is like the third time he's roamed down the bot side. This is another going to be another successful, what's the word? Wait, actually, not really successful now. Is Monkey actually going to be able to pick up the kill? As now Alafiel in a little bit of trouble. Boosted Lee Sin trying to see if he can back up. And I thought, Monkey was actually going to be taken down there. Dragon's Rage going to be coming out. Just Karen not going to be able to get the kill onto Lee Sin. But Monkey actually being able to pick up the kill onto Zoe. But look at this. Brazil man trying to see if he can do anything in the mid side, but his team isn't really in position to help him out. So Team Crank going to be forced to walk away.
Okay, a lot happened there. Gank after roam after gank, bot lane. Misplay on the Zoe.
Yeah.
A little bit of gold back onto the Xayah. That's always a good way to get back into the game. And yeah, it's going a little bit better for Team Crank this time around.
Yeah. This time, they're not really too far behind, but they are going to be losing out on the first tower quite soon, actually, as 1-2C going to see if he can take down the turret, but maybe you're a little bit too greedy. He doesn't take out the turret after all. He's laying down the traps, but doesn't matter. The feathers from Monkey are going to be able to secure that, and the turret is still up for Team Frank, so that's really going to give him a little bit more of a safety net for a little bit longer. Let's see if they could do anything about this. Adun Halar now going to be running for his life. Is going to get stunned up thanks to the concussive blows. Firestorm going to be coming out, but the Blade Call isn't really going to be reaching him, but the slow does. As Monkey going to be looking to get the kill. Yes, he is now on a Rampage as well. We're going to be taken down for that, but look at the top side. Brazil man going to be forced splashes. Boosted Lee Sin, you see the bot side. Going to be trying to see if he can kill on the Monkey, but he should most certainly be able to as the flashes down on him. Brazil man now running for his life. Roos Karen trying to see if he can get the kill, but you're dangerously low. Just be careful. He's going to be backing out. As there's a bunch of kills going over to both sides, but overall, gotta feel really good for Monkey as now he does have a lot of gold under his pocket and is going to be doing a lot with his advantage.
Yeah, Monkey's back into the game, and let's see how he plays now that he's got this good lead.
Ooh, the GLP.
Ooh. So yes, you
Picked
can
up
pick up the GLP.
Yeah, picked up from the minion there, as Roos Karen going to be looking to get his red buff. Feels good, but look, here's Boosted Lee Sin. He does have the Dragon Rage up. He doesn't have to use it at all, though. That's an Ace Strike going to be able to take him down. It's Boosted Lee Sin. Gonna feel really good about this, this newfound rep up, but now look at him. He is at the back. He does have the Dragon Rage. He is going to be able to knock it back to Bravo Waldorf, but the Rift Walk is going to be coming out. Is not a save coming out from Wild World. That is going to be a flash from Alafiel.
Whew.
Dodging a book there. Really close one, but look, here comes the sound in the mid lane, the unstoppable onslaught, double knockup coming up. Wild World able to get the kill onto Bravo Waldorf. And slowly but surely, Team Crank are picking up kills for himself, but in the bot side, this Xayah is all by himself. He's taking a lot of damage, maybe prone to a rocket. It is going to miss, but they do lose to first tower because of that play in mid.
Well, That turret only had 11 HP left on it. It was dead to anything, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
So,
Predator now, though, gonna be popped, but Dunalar gonna be taking a lot of punishment for Monkey, and now he picks him another kill for himself. This Inferno Drake maybe going over to Crank, gonna be picking up the first dragon of the series. Advantage on Nate Rose.
Boosting Lee Sin has anything to say about it.
Maybe he's gonna be off to the sides, but look at the top side fight right now. Nate Rose doing a little bit of damage. Now boosting Lee Sin. Levy, you're a little bit too far forward, and he is gonna be looking to see if he does not die here. Axe not gonna be able to miss, but the Ragnarok is gonna be coming down. That's gonna be a teleport cancel from Al-Afiel, and this bot lane skirmish is gonna continue. Bruce Karen now gonna be really low, so Resonating Strike and not gonna be able to hit. Wild World though leaps forward, is out of mana though, so he doesn't really realize that Featherstruck going to be popping out as Boost Lee Sin going to see if he could try to get the kill onto Monkey. That's going to be a flash from Monkey though, as Boost Lee Sin misses another Resonating Strike, unable to get the kill, and Monkey almost able to outplay that, but doesn't really matter at the end, as the whole entire team of Friday Night Theaters are going to be looking to pick up the second dragon of the game and their 5th Inferno Drake of the series.
Another Infernal Drake. That's gotta feel bad for Team Crank. They finally are fighting back in all these. The TP cancel doesn't let them actually secure the objective, and they lose another Infernal Drake. That feels bad.
Yeah. Now we are going to be seeing this mid lane tower going to be hit on as another Infernal. What in the world?
Another Infernal? Oh my god. Come on, man. Oh.
Potentially 6 Infernos for the series for the Friday Night Feeders. They gotta feel really good about that, as they are taking the Rift Herald up at the top side. However, Team Crank not in position to really do anything about that, as this game 2 now potentially coming up hard for Team Crank, but not as bad as last game. They still do have a foot in this, this tiny gold lead that Friday Night Feeders have built up for themselves.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Friday Night Feeders, they're just playing the objectives a lot better. They're able to move around the map, take what they need, and that's where their gold leads come out of towers and a little bit of kills, a little bit of CS, and that's pretty much it. And it's all added up to almost 5k now.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things we do have to keep in mind, though, is this leads are all thanks to the fact that Friday Night Feeders are able to play the lane, as Bravo Waldorf actually gonna get caught out towards the bot side, as I was finishing that statement. So a little bit of over-aggression coming out from Bravo Waldorf. They're not playing as clean as we'd expect them compared to last game, so a little bit of struggles coming out for Friday Night Feeders, as they could potentially lose the first turret of the series.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive trying to go in for that 1v2, and then the jungler shows up, right? Doesn't get.
Yeah. Glacial Fish coming out from Wild World, as we do see Bruce Karen trying to 1v1 Brazil Man in the jungle, but not popping Ragnarok. That's going to be a lot of damage lost. Brazil Man basically taking 0 damage. Actually, Bruce Karen now a little bit of trouble here. He is going to get collapsed on, as Ragnarok actually popped very late, and he is unable to continue to do anything. But we are seeing Nate Rose trying to see if he can get anything, but this is a 45. I'm not really too sure if Team Crank want to do this to Rare Casting. Gonna be able to get completely knocked out. Featherstruck coming out for Monkey. He's gonna be trying to run for his life, but not gonna be able to get taken down. Leeson gonna be able to get the Resonating Strike though. Wild World making a little bit of trouble as Rage onto 2 targets and a rocket to clean up the kill, and that is an ace. Very nicely played from Friday Night Feeders, and they're just gonna be able to take control of this game once again, as they potentially are able to get this mid tower.
And Team Crank has got to realize, after your jungler dies in baiting like that, you can't stay. You have to back up. You have to respect that team fight, and they don't, and they get really punished for it.
Yeah, and once again, Friday Night Feeders, their domination continues in this final series. Is once again Rift Herald being used to its full effectiveness. That is going to be an inhibitor tower taken down for Team Crank is, once again, they're on the back seat now, and their safety net no longer there for them. They are now truly playing from behind.
Yeah, and right now they're just struggling to have damage. Right now they don't have a lot of damage with that Cassidon right now. He's just sitting at one item, and they're really relying on all the damage to come out of Monkey, who has been very poorly positioned in these couple team fights so far, getting caught out early. And if that continues to happen, I don't know if they can win.
Yeah, and now Roos Karen going to be clearing out some vision from the red side jungle. You got to keep in mind that right now Baron buff is up for both teams now. It is in 2050 on the clock. Dragon, the last Inferno actually, the 6th Inferno of the series, going to be coming up very soon, minute and 20. This Nate Rose now going to be trying to defend this turret, but he is going to get hit by a bunch of stuff. There's no better word I can describe it that as just a bunch of pain.
Just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just a bunch of stuff, but look, here comes the rest of the team. Team Crank got to be initiating a little bit of fight, but Alafiel really doubting himself here. He is going to get hit by the bubble. Roos Karen also going to get taken down. Lulu the ultimate coming out as Alafiel now in a really bad spot. Nate Rose nowhere near his team. And a really poor engage coming out from Team Crank, and Friday Night Feeders just able to capitalize, and now they're looking for this top tower.
Yeah, just once again, just a misstep on the side of Team Crank. They thought they had the fight, but the Olaf isn't tanky enough, and they go forwards, and the Olaf tanks up all that damage, and they don't. He gets shredded, and they lose that fight right away.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see that they decided to go forth with the fight, especially when Alafiel, he hasn't really hit that power spike yet. You know, usually most Castins, they usually wait for that 16-minute or 16 level 16 power spike because of that rank 3 control Rift Block. I cannot English today, I don't know why. And you see Alafiel now going on to Lee Sin here, but he does hit the Resonate Strike onto Monkey. And the rest of Crank not really in position to really do much on the top side. You see this push, but this mid inhibitor probably going down very soon.
Oof, Monkey's chunk.
Oh my lord!
Oh
Monkey!
my god.
Take it down immediately as the Dragon's Rage forces Roos Karen to be in the middle of everyone else. Is now Alafiel trying to see if he can dodge anything, but no. Rift walks the wrong direction and takes that Resonate Strike for himself. As now Nate Rose left to defend all by himself. He does have the banner command.
This
I don't
could
think
be
it's gonna
game.
enough. Yeah, this should be game. And once again, Friday Night Feeders making this a quick second game. They don't even have to take the 6th Infernal Dragon of the series. Is once again they're looking to end this game relatively quick. They have a 10k gold lead, and this Nexus turret is going to be going down. Friday Night Feeders lead the series 2-0.
Wow, that is a commanding 2-0, dominating both games in a row now. This game a little bit less than the first game, but still, if you're Team Crank, it's gut check time. This is it. This is all you get now.
Yeah, and I'd like to just talk about the fact that, you know, boosted Lee Sin in the jungle, he's had so many bans towards his champion pool, but yet he just picks the Lee Sin for himself, something he hasn't really brought out in a while, and is still able to completely snowball the game thanks to that. And everyone from Friday Night Feeders are just playing very well right now. They're just, you know, outlaning their opponents. And what Crank need to do, I feel like they need to do something like they did with their last series with Random Number Generator. Pull out something crazy. Throw their opponents off by surprise. Maybe look to play a little bit of a better macro game, but they need to realize what mistakes they're doing in this short time they have. And Reese's looking towards this game 3 before we turn it to the analyst desk. You know, what do you think Team Crank need to do?
Team Crank needs to play their comp to the way they need to win lanes. They need to get a winning lane. They haven't had a single winning lane yet. Every lane has lost. Jungle has lost. Nobody's been taking command. Somebody needs to step up and get a lead for themselves first. You know, and then they need to play around that. They need to play around their strength. They need to play around any kind of lead they can get. Monkey was strong this game for a little bit until they just threw everything bot lane over and over again. He died. And they misplayed team fights, but they gotta look to really get one lane ahead so far. You can't expect all your lanes to win at this point. So, especially after these 2 games, you gotta focus on making one lane hell for the other team and just push. Push, push, push.
Not think it's into your mission. You're getting it for 2. And Joe can off cook.
Oh man. Okay. That was.
Wow.
Oh, that was just.
I mean, it was closer.
You say that, but we look at the numbers and they actually ended the game 2 minutes earlier this time. They ended at 23
I'm sorry, they
minutes.
actually what?
They ended it 2 minutes earlier this time.
They ended it earlier, but
Yeah.
they made more mistakes.
It just.
It wasn't as clean of a game, even if it ended faster. I feel like if Lee Sin didn't pop off as hard as he did, there's a chance that it could have gone, maybe not necessarily gone the other way, but it would have actually been like, a game.
Yeah, and you are right about that. You look at all the numbers. The goal lead is closer at every, interval. But that's the thing. It's still goal lead. When you have a 2.5K goal lead at 10, 4K goal lead at 15, 7K goal lead at 20,
7K at 20.
7K at 20, inhibitor turret down at 20.
Can I talk about that mid fight, dude?
Which
that
one?
Kick, the one at 20 minutes where they dropped Rift Child afterwards.
Oh yes, that was just
Jinx flashed the Scion ulti,
very clean, way too clean.
And then they just kited him, and then the Lee Sin kick, kicking the Braum to knock up Scion into the Jinx ult was so cool to watch.
And you're just thinking, why do FNF even need to get the late game when they can just win the early game, snowball to the late game even faster?
I mean, you wonder why they pick Jinx then, if they're just gonna win early game, just pick Caitlyn and win early game harder.
Yeah, why not just try early game base comp? You're gonna win early.
I mean,
game.
Yeah, and even with the 3-minute gank not going too well. Wait, no, sorry, that's a mistake. Belas died in a 2v1 gank at one point in the early game, and it did absolutely nothing to stop them from snowballing. Even when Zoe was getting caught out a good bit in the game, and Jinx got over aggressive twice trying to kill that bot tower, it just didn't stop them from snowballing, even if they made those almost cocky looking mistakes. I don't know. They also got 2 fire dragons again, so that's always nice.
There's a third one coming up.
Yeah, and the third one was
one
going to be
coming up.
another one.
This takes me back to Dominate Finals, honestly.
6 out of 6 dragons are fire dragons this series.
You think Riot's watching it and controlling what dragon goes on, having 3 fire drakes in a row?
Did you just? I'm just trying to think. We have 3. We have 3 leagues in Risen. We have Dominate. We have Rampage. We have Champions. Champions is the only one that hasn't been played so far. We're halfway through our second finals, and
I think we're more than
across
halfway through.
this has been 7 games so far. 7 games. We've seen 17 Inferno Drakes. I think.
Were there that many Infernals in the Dominate one?
The Dominate one had the middle 3 games had 3 Infernals each.
Okay.
First 3 dragons, by the way, not even
Oh
Mountain
my
Inferno,
god.
Inferno. They were just straight Infernals. The 4th game had 1 Infernal, so that's 13 there. And right now we're at 19 Inferno Drakes. I'm pretty sure.
Counting the ones that were gonna spawn, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
1 Cloud Drake, 3 Oceans. I don't think I've seen a single mountain. Maybe 1 mountain, and 19 Infernal Drakes.
Why play objectives when we could play kills, right?
These numbers are just something else.
I mean, yeah, Riot just wants it's perfect for what's going on right now with FNF. At least they just want the snowball, and what better dragon to snowball with than the fire one, which gives them 8 and then 16% bonus damage.
Exactly.
If my numbers are not correct.
It just.
Do you think FNF is gonna troll this game next game?
These games are the definition of snowball.
Why?
I mean, why not, right? What better time to do it than 2-0?
I mean, if they're winning based on mechanics, it can just